Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're into the outdoors, survival gear, or just like collecting cool tools, chances are you've come across both hatchets and tomahawks. And maybe you've even asked yourself, aren't those the same thing? They're both small axes, sure, but once you start looking into them, the differences really stand out. So in today's video, we're breaking it all down. How is a hatchet different from a tomahawk? We'll look at their design, history, intended use, and even which one might be better depending on your situation. So grab a drink, get comfy, and let's get into it, right here, on History of Simple Things. Let's start with the basics. A hatchet is essentially a small axe. It's compact, single-handed, and designed primarily for chopping wood. Think of it as the little sibling of the full-sized axe. It has a thick wedge-shaped head, and the blade is meant to split and chop through dense material like logs and branches. A tomahawk, on the other hand, has a slightly different origin and purpose. Originally developed by Native American tribes and later adopted and modified by European settlers, tomahawks were multi-use tools that doubled as weapons. Their design is more versatile, often lighter, and built not just for chopping, but also throwing, prying, and even close combat. So right off the bat, we can say a hatchet is mainly a tool, while a tomahawk is more of a hybrid between a tool and a weapon. Now let's talk design, because this is where the differences really pop. Hatchets are built to be workhorses. The head is usually heavier, often made from high-carbon steel, and the blade is thick and wedge-shaped, perfect for generating force when you swing down on wood. The handle is often made of wood, fiberglass, or even steel, and it's shaped to give you a strong grip and control during repetitive chopping motions. Tomahawks are sleeker and lighter. The head is thinner, and the cutting edge is usually narrower and sharper, which means it's not the best at chopping thick logs, but it excels in tasks that need precision like slicing, carving, or light chopping. Also, tomahawks often feature a spike or hammer pole on the back, adding more utility. Some even have a pry bar built into the handle. Another big difference: construction. Many modern tomahawks are modular, meaning the head can be removed from the handle. This makes maintenance and customization easier. Hatchets, however, usually have a fixed head. It's more solid but less flexible when it comes to repairs or upgrades. One of the biggest practical differences comes down to weight and balance. Hatchets are typically head-heavy, and that's intentional. That extra weight helps generate the momentum you need when splitting or chopping wood. It makes them more efficient for tasks that require force, but also more tiring to use for extended periods. Tomahawks are usually better balanced. They're lighter overall, and the balance is closer to the center of the handle. That makes them feel faster and more agile in your hand. This balance is what makes tomahawks great for throwing, and also why they're popular in tactical or survival setups where speed matters more than raw power. If you're planning to go backpacking and need to save every ounce, a tomahawk might be the better choice weight-wise. But if you're heading to the woods to set up a full campsite and process a lot of firewood, you'll probably want the heft of a good hatchet. So which one's better? Well, that depends on what you're using it for. Hatchets shine when it comes to bushcraft and camping. If you're splitting kindling, chopping small trees, or doing basic woodwork, the hatchet is your go-to. It's sturdy, strong, and built to take a beating. You can even hammer tent stakes with the back end of many hatchets. Tomahawks, by contrast, offer a wider range of utility. They're not ideal for heavy-duty woodwork, but they're great for light chopping, breaching, and emergency situations. Many tomahawks are designed for tactical use, so they're excellent for self-defense, urban survival, or even breaking through doors and windows. Some people even carry tomahawks as EDC, everyday carry tools, especially folks in law enforcement, the military, or search and rescue roles. Hatchets are a bit bulky for that, and honestly, less versatile in those specific situations. Let's rewind a little and take a look at the history, because that actually helps explain a lot about why these tools are built the way they are. Hatchets have European roots and evolved primarily as woodworking and survival tools. Think settlers, lumberjacks, and campers. The goal was simple: build a tool that could help people live off the land. Tomahawks, meanwhile, have a much deeper cultural and martial significance. Native American tribes used them not just for utility, but also in ceremonies, trade, and battle. Early tomahawks were made with stone heads and wooden shafts, but over time they were adapted with metal heads brought by European settlers. That combination of function and symbolism still influences tomahawk design today. In a way, the tomahawk is as much a piece of history as it is a tool. It's got that cool factor, part cultural artifact, part practical gear. All right, so here's the big question. Which one should you get? If your focus is camping, bushcraft, or homesteading, and you'll be doing a lot of chopping, go with a hatchet. It's more effective for hard labor and long-term durability in outdoor settings. But if you're looking for mobility, self-defense, or multi-purpose functionality, especially in survival or tactical situations, a tomahawk might suit you better. It's quicker in the hand, more versatile for non-wood tasks, and definitely easier to carry. Of course, if you're really into gear, you can always get both. No shame in that. Each tool has its own strengths, and sometimes having options is the best way to be prepared. So there you have it. The key differences between a hatchet and a tomahawk. Same family, different personalities. One's the dependable worker, the other's the agile multitasker. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.